There's a lot of section.
Okay, that's fine. All right, welcome to this week's edition of the Outdoor Call radio program with Outdoors Dan right here on 1350 ESPN. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday morning all across the good old US of A. The show is brought to you in part by our good friends out at Three Rivers Boat and RV Storage. Thanks to all the fine folks there, including Tracy, Dick, and Danielle, who are providing quality storage opportunities for each and every one of you out there listening today. For $60 a month. Not 40, not 60, not 100, not 200, 60. Well, it is 60. I think I did say 60 in there. We're a little discombobulated right off the bat this morning. I'll get into that in a second. But hey, 12 by 50 spots. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Steve on Facebook Live. Secure gates, 24/7 access, security cameras, discounts for multiple spots. That's where I take all my precious stuff to store. Why don't you go down there and do the same? I mean, 12 by 50, it's a huge spot. I mean, it's really a lot of room. So if you got something you need to store, give the fine folks at Three Rivers Boat and RV Storage a holler at 515-822-1362. Tell them Outdoors Dan sent you. Good stuff. Good morning, Jeff, on Facebook Live this morning. So we're going to talk about, we already got the youth, the urban, and disabled communities seasons rocking and rolling. Our archery season, and we got an early muzzleloader season coming up here pretty quick. So we're going to talk a little bit about field care for deer and what you can do with that deer after you get it down with Darryl from the Milo Locker. We're going to also talk, that's right off the bat, and then we're going to, in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to talk with our good friend Dave over at Jlm Shooter Supply for gun talk. And in between there, we got a Sportsman's Warehouse fishing report. I believe I've got a send a salute feature to do today. And maybe trivia. We'll see what we got going on. We got Kira running the boards and producing the show today. So when you call in at 244-1350, 244-1350, please make sure you say hi to Kira and tell her thanks for coming in. Because Andrew is AWOL again. He's getting as bad as Randy Munson. All right, let's head over to the phones and talk to one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, Mr. Darryl from the Milo Locker. Good morning, Connie in Kansas. How you doing? Darryl, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dan. We are doing wonderful.
I know you know Connie. Remember Connie at Triple H?
Yes.
Yeah, she said to tell you hi.
Well, that was some good food we ate down there.
Yeah, she said Hilly said to tell you hi, too.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
hi right back to him.
All right, there you go, Connie. Darryl says hi. So, I mean, what are we over a year at the new locker now?
Well, let's see. It's January 15th will be a year.
Oh my gosh!
2 years. No, excuse me. 2 years.
Well, that's what I thought. I'm telling you, it's flying by, man.
Yeah, 2 years. January 15th. Yep.
I can remember you and that sweet bride of yours sitting on there over on the porch of that little ice cream shop in Milo, and we're sitting there, and you're still in the old building, and you're sitting there wringing your hands, going, I know I'm not supposed to worry because the good Lord's got it under control, but I don't know, Dan. I said, and what did I tell you? I sat there and I said, you know what? You got Angie by your side. God's with you. You're going to be okay. And then when what happened? You've been rocking and rolling. I've never seen you so wore out. You look tired all the time.
Well, we are definitely blessed, and you're right. Things is working out, and we're very thankful for that. And you just sometimes, you let those thoughts come in and the what ifs. And so, yep, you just got to put her down.
I do the same thing. I worry about Larry's always on my back. Quit worrying about stuff. I said I can't help it. I try not to. I pray about it and I talk to God about it, but I'm a worrier. I keep asking for help with that, but I do the same thing. Hey, good morning, Tony. Good morning, Gary on Facebook Live. Good to see you, Charles. Everybody, man, you got everybody popping on Facebook Live, Darryl.
Well, Angie put a text out telling them that we was going to be on together this morning, and was just giving them a heads up. So.
The Milo Locker Meats Express is rolling. I got to tell you, I'm happy for all of you. The locker. I've gotten so many compliments from folks because they know we're partners and here on the show, and it's you guys just do a good job. You try to do the best job you can for everyone down there, and that's why I think you've been really rocking and rolling. It's deer season already. I know you've already gotten several deer in. How many have you gotten in so far? 15, 20?
I think we're pushing 40.
40. Wow. Way to go, kids.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw a picture. You look like you, man. That new deer room. Is that like light years ahead of where you were a couple years ago?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
I mean, you don't have the old rusty door going in. It's like like the old dungeon scene, from a murder movie. You got a utility sink in there for everybody to wash their hands afterwards, which you never had before. I mean, it's light years. I mean, it's state of the art now.
Yep. No, it's very nice. We look back and we're like, man, how did we do that?
Well, you did. It was great what you had before. I love the old locker because you guys have been good to me for a long time down there. But the new facility is something everybody at my little locker meet should be proud of.
Well, we definitely are very thankful, and we are. Yep.
Good morning, Cheyenne. Good morning, Jeff on Facebook Live. Good to see you. So it all starts in the field, Daryl. You've been with me. Gosh, you guys have been with me on the show. I'm going to say 15, 16 years now. I mean, you've been with me forever. But one of the things when you and I first met, we talked about, people complain about, their wild game and stuff. A lot of it is because they're not taking good, proper care of it in the field. And it all starts when you get your shot. That's really when the work begins, right?
That's fact.
Yeah. So give everybody a couple quick tips on field dressing your deer. I mean, I know it's breakfast time, but it's something we have to do to show good respect for the animal. We want to make sure we take proper care of it. So how does that all start, Big D?
You bet. Well, once you get the animal down, get it recovered, then get it opened up as quick as you can. I know it's nice to take some pictures and stuff, but try to do that as quick as you can, and then get it opened up so you can get that heat out. You want to start that cooling process as quick as you can. That's a must. And then, just generally speaking, that try to remove everything. If it's in there, then it's the more that's left in there, then that's just kind of like tells on yourself whether you did a good job or not. So the best way to do it is, go around that anal cavity and open it up, and then open up the belly, and just try to start at the top and peel her down. Once you get it out, if there's any way possible that a person can get to some sort of garden hose and just rinse that cavity out, it will do wonders. I mean, it's just, and then if you have the misfortune of getting a gut shot, then it's almost it really is a necessity to get that to some sort of water source, good water source, and get that rinsed out.
Yeah, don't take it to the car wash, folks.
No, not to the car wash.
Don't take the deer to the car wash. I've had people ask me about that. Don't want to do that. But,
no chemicals.
Yeah, no chemicals in there. I always try to, when I field dress an animal, like when we were out in Montana, we get everything out, and then I make sure to get ice or something, especially if it's warmer. I mean, I've got a vest on for the first time this season. It felt so good to put a vest on this morning, Daryl. But, if it's warmer, if it's 80, 85 degrees, you want to get something in that cavity.
That was going to be my very next thing is as soon as you get it back to the truck, hopefully you've got a cooler there with a bag of ice in it, and just put that ice in that cavity.
Yep.
And again, that's just, you can't believe how much better that's going to help the food that's, you're going to be eating later on is to get it cleaned out good and rinse it and get a bag of ice in there to get it chilling down. And it'll make all the difference in the world. And then, of course, if you're going to further process it, go ahead and get that hide off, because again, that hide will, once you get that removed, or unless you have a cooler, you have a walk-in cooler to put it in, then I suppose you could leave it on. But otherwise, get that hide off and be real careful about any hair. You can always singe it. That works real well to remove any hair. Just give it a light singe, and then you can just start breaking the animal down and processing it to debone it, or whatever you're going to do, or bring it to the locker. Of course, we would love to do that for you.
Yeah. Well, now I've had people ask me about saying that if you get the inside of the deer, that actually gets bacteria growing faster. Now, I actually usually do a pretty well. I mean, you've seen enough of my deer over the years.
Sure.
I try to really take good care of the animal when I get in there. I usually get a good boy sticker or something when I bring my deer in from you guys. But that a boy. I mean, you're really not going to get if you got that deer, if you clean it out and then I always put 2 or 3 bags of, if I don't have my Arctic ice blocks with me, I use Arctic ice pretty much 90% of the time. The reason I do that is because they don't, once you get them put into the cavity, they're flat. So the deer, when they fold the legs back together, the deer lays and it compresses and it keeps all that really cold. I'll put 2 or 3 of those Tundra or the Alaskan series bricks in the deer cavity. And the nice thing about it, when you get it to the Milo locker, I can take those out and then I just got to rinse them off and I can throw them right back in the freezer. I don't have all that sloshy mess and everything.
You bet. No, we have some of those as well, and they work excellent.
Yeah, but you don't really need to worry about bacteria growing if you're gonna take care of that animal. Just if you need to clean it out, like you said, if you do get a shot farther back and get into the innards a little bit, you want to get that cleaned out. But if you get that on ice right away, you're going to be okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to get that out there. And then one of the things I do, if it's really hot, I'll make sure I get as much pictures as I can in the field, and then I'll get that animal processed and get that ice in there right away. But I don't drive around all day in the truck showing it off. Get it to the locker or get it start quartering up and get that hide off, because that's going to really help you as far as food quality, right, Daryl?
Yes, definitely. We actually had one deer that I don't know the story behind it, but I mean, we had to discard it. It was unacceptable. So
yeah,
it happens, and I know that there's sometimes there's extenuating circumstances, and beyond. So then you just do the best you can, I think, in all situations.
Jerry Hall, I know you know Jerry, him and Hunter. Jerry says they take gallon jugs of water frozen with them and use them in the field. To rinse. And then they'll have them for ice as well. They have some frozen, some unfrozen to clean out.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have an empty milk jug? I mean, that's just thinking ahead. And really, that's what it's all about, is trying to be prepared and to thought and, knowing that, hey, I'm going out here to be successful, and Lord willing, that animal will present itself. I'll take my practice shot that I practice for weeks on end, and everything's going to go, according to the way you'd like for it to go, and get it opened up, get your pictures taken, and get it rinsed out with the jugs, and then get it cooled. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Tommy White, good morning, Tommy. Good to see you, buddy. You know Tony Sowers. Tony Sowers told me to tell you hi.
You betcha.
Tony's on
Good
Facebook.
morning, Tony.
Yeah, he's watching us on Facebook Live right now. So, Well, listen, that's it. All starts in the field, folks. If, like I said, my goal, I hunt because I love to eat, and I think 99.9% of us out there are in that boat. But table fare starts in the field, so those are really a couple really good tips to make sure that that's going to taste as good as it can. Daryl, hang on. When we come back, I want to talk about what we can do after we get the deer to the processor. And then we need to talk a little bit about hey, before we break, what do we do about I always bring my whole deer in with you guys because I am horrible at caping out my skull and stuff for mounting the deer. I always have you guys cape out my buck unless Larry McCoy's with me. Larry does it for me because I don't want Dave Jones to have to sew up as much as I'm just horrible at it. I never have been good at that. But what do we do about folks that want to take the meat off the bone, deboning the deer? What are we doing down at the locker on that?
Well, again, just make sure you do as good a job as you possibly can.
Yep.
That's important. And then once you get it, try to, if you're going to want steaks and your loins, of course, then you got to do a good job of peeling them out. Because I can't put it back together if it's not peeled out properly.
Yeah.
But, then just put it in a food grade safe bag and bring it in.
Yeah,
Normal business hours.
Don't put it in a scented garbage bag.
Or nothing. I mean, really, nothing other than food grade bags is what we And if you don't have them, we've got them at the locker. We've got 1 gallon and 3 gallon bags both. But
now I don't know the answer to this. So I'm going to ask you. Now, what about if they bring it in a cooler, iced down in a cooler?
That's perfectly fine.
Okay, there you go. Iced and cooler.
Perfectly fine.
All right. Good morning, Matt in Pennsylvania, buddy. Good to see you. Ed Best in St. Louis. Good morning. Rick Elliott, my favorite mailman. I hope you're doing well. They all say hi, Daryl.
Good morning.
All right, we're visiting with Daryl from the Milo Locker Meats. It's one of the brand new spanking businesses here in Iowa that's shining throughout the galaxy. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that you can get when you take your animal down there. Oh my gosh, I got people begging me for some of my elk. I'm almost out of elk sticks, which makes me want to cry because people have been just begging me for elk sticks. But anyway, we're going to talk about that when we come back right here on 1350 ESPN.
You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350.
Big D's on from the Milo. Good morning, everybody.
Products from Pine Ridge.
Hi, Dan Anderson. How you doing, pal?
Video camera support system, the Probo Cam, and the 18.
Actually got to wear the old Triple H vest this morning. Look at that. Woo! Everything's backwards over here.
Archery accessories that you will want to get on your bow. This new line includes stabilizers, peep sights, kisser buttons, and the new wrist sling. The wrist sling is totally set free and is available in different colors, and this will allow you to tune it to your specific grip, so your hand goes right in the sling without any hang-ups for smoother draws when you're getting ready to shoot your game. These new Nitro products will have you shooting tighter grips with consistency before you know it. Included in these products are tons of colors so you can customize your bow for your favorite college teams like never before. Did I mention all of these products are made in the USA at Pine Ridge Archery's factory in Illinois? That's right, made in the USA of quality materials that will hold up in any weather conditions for dive-hard bow hunters like you and me. Check out all these great new products at Sportsman's Warehouse or anytime at PineRidgeArchery.com.
There's a place in Ankeny that's all about the outdoors, and that place is Sportsman's Warehouse. They provide all lines of hunting and fishing gear.
Let's just talk about that so
you can find gear for deer, turkey, waterfowl, elk,
just
or
so
whatever
I know,
hunting you're
why
into.
is that?
New products arrive each week to outfit you better. They have a complete firearms area,
You
providing the
can't
finest
keep
firearms and ammunition around.
track of who's
Everything from cleaning equipment to reloading can be found at Sportsman's Warehouse. Their fishing department is simply the best. They have your favorite tackle like Fluger, Daiwa, Abu Garcia,
so if they
Quantum,
quarter
and
the deer,
Zebco.
say they're
From the
hunting out of
serious
state,
angler to the regular fishing enthusiast,
the best thing
Sportsman's
is to
Warehouse
take it
has
off the
all
bone
you
to bring
need.
it in.
From camping to boating to the best clothes and footwear like lacrosse and danner for the entire family. That's what you'll find at Sportsman's Warehouse. They're located on Highway 35 on Moore Labor Road.
I need to talk
7
about
days a
something
week to
about
serve
boning out
you.
your game.
Ask about the seminar series happening every month.
Just tell me
Your
that,
hometown
okay?
outdoor store
You're
should
doing
be
good.
Sportsman's
I don't care what
Warehouse in
Angie
Ankeny.
says.
Hi, my name is Hannah, and I like Chick-fil-A nuggets because they are made with love. It's kind of like if you want to go to your grandmother's house for dinner. This will be your real home-cooked meal.
Hey,
you can't go wrong with it.
I went down there the other day and
Hey
bought a
y'all,
bunch
I'm
of
Maddie,
meat.
and something I love about the Chick-fil-A nuggets
man.
is their gold
Oh my
color.
gosh, was that
It
awesome?
lets me know that I'm about to enjoy something hot and
Did
delicious.
you sell a lot of that?
It's just comfort food. It feels good to eat.
Oh, that rocks.
Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Yeah, all right, hang on, guys.
Are you into cooking wild game or grilling? If you are, you probably love to transform your wild game into delicious meals or great tasting snacks. High Mountain Seasonings has everything you need to help.
Morning, Jeremy. Good morning, Eric.
Sausage, snack, stick, or jerky around. High Mountain Seasonings offers simple kids.
That's not Larry Mack's vest on. That's my vest.
Low sodium blends that will produce wild game snacks your family will love. High Mountain Seasonings makes grilling.
Well, there you go, Matt. Tell Matt and Haley good luck this morning for me.
Spices, marinades, and
Pennsylvania. Hey, Matt, I might be heading out to Pennsylvania here in a couple days. I might be doing some seminars for Sportsman's Warehouse. I'll let you know Monday. They're going to let me know Monday if I need to come out. I think it's Washington, Pennsylvania. I might have that wrong. It's somewhere by Pittsburgh.
High Mountain Seasonings has everything you need to make your game or favorite grilling meats taste great.
Why does my hat always look crooked? Maybe it's my head. We back? All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan here on 1350 ESPN. I hope everyone's having a great Saturday morning. I got a ton of people watching us on Facebook. Jeremy Lee's checking in. Eric saying I got Larry McCoy's vest on. Oh, let's see. Nope. Well, Matt says I'm right. I'll tell you about that later. We got Big D from the My Little Locker Meats facility. Him and his bride Angie's right there. Does she have like a piece of toast or something there to hit you with if you mess up?
No, not at all. She just, like I say, you got it made when, you got your wife to your right and a cup of coffee on your left hand. And
I don't know.
Coming up over the east sky, that's kind of nice.
I don't know how you got so lucky. I mean, she baits your hook for you. She takes your fish off. I mean, and she cooks. She was an amazing cook.
Gets my slippers.
Yeah, she runs that locker like I don't know what. I mean, she's a great administrator and manager. I just don't know how you got so blessed, man.
I just lucky.
And she loves Cookie's barbecue sauce. I mean, what more do you want out of a woman?
I know it.
Huh? Yeah.
You bet.
She's gonna hit me when she sees me next time. Right? That's all right. Hey, so we were talking a little bit about field care and stuff, and there was something about. Go ahead.
One thing that I was wanting to mention is that we no longer accept quartered animals, quartered deer or quartered elk, and the reason behind that is it's just that our volume has went up immensely, and of course we've got more coolers and bigger coolers and more containers and lugs, but even with all of that, we run out of space and lugs and VH buggies, and so we just decided here a couple years ago that we was going to stop doing quarters, just because if they're going to go that far, part of our thinking was is if they're going that far to where they're skinning it and breaking the animal down, just go that extra little bit and go ahead and bone it out. And it'll save them money, and two, then it's just easier for us in the processing side to keep control of everything.
I would imagine if they're doing that, though, it's going to be easier for them it's going to be easier for everyone to keep track of the animal they bring in. I know I want to get my animal back. Because if I'm going to take care of it in the field, if I'm going to make sure I go do all these extra steps, I don't want to get somebody else's deer. I want my deer.
Right. Now, on fresh cuts, and that's what you do, what we've always said is like on fresh cuts, so if somebody wants their chops, their steaks, their roast, that is, and we guarantee that goes back to them. Their deer is there. Now, the trim, we do commingle the trim, and we have for for years. And we have signs up, stating that. But it's just because other than the exception to that would be like when you brought your elk in.
Right.
Okay. If somebody brings in an elk or an antelope, something, or a bear, then that they get all of that back. So even their specialty. So like yesterday we did another elk, and the gentleman, he wanted steaks and he wanted snack sticks.
Yeah.
And bologna, I think. So I mean, he gets that back. That's his.
Well, no, you guys have always done a good job about that, Daryl. I've never had an issue with that. I've never had, and I know listen, folks, they're a partner on the show. I'm going to be very transparent about that. But listen, I'm picky, so especially, I've got a vault at the house where my elk and stuff is stored. I've been forced to install a fireproof gun safe vault because my lovely bride keeps doing something with my elk meat. So I've had to take extra measurements. And if I ever get a moose, I will have a missile-grade silo safe where that moose meat will be stored. I promise you that, because my dog is not going to be getting moose burger. I'm telling you. She gives that dog, I love my wife. My wife is a great person. She's got a heart of gold, and she loves Raven. That is her baby. And she hasn't done it in a while, but for a while there, she was mixing elk burger in with his kibble. I said, do you not understand that that's worth its weight in gold? So I had to go build a vault to store my elk. So I'm very protective of my game. So hey, one of the things that I've got in the vault, and I had to put in an extra sensor or two to make sure it's totally secure, is those honey barbecue elk sticks. I can't keep them in. I mean, I got people begging me for those, man.
They are kind of a hot commodity.
Yeah. Matt in Pennsylvania. Matt came from Pennsylvania to help me film in Montana, and Matt goes, Raven Raven got to eat good too. Laughing out loud, he couldn't believe how well Jenny feeds that dog. He gets salmon. He gets some great stuff, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
He was talking about that honey barbecue stick.
Oh.
We've got a honey barbecue broth this year as well. So it's a fresh broth. So,
yeah.
I mean, but it's all seasoned up and cased up, and then a person just needs to cook it on the grill, and you got yourself a honey barbecue broth. And actually, we have 2 new broths this year. We've got the honey barbecue broth, and then we've got the teriyaki pineapple broth. And again, they're both fresh broths. As far as sticks, we've got 3 new snack sticks. There's the Salsa snack stick.
What's that?
That has, it's just like your salsa and chips. It has cilantro and onion and garlic and a tomato. It's a dried tomato granules. And so that's new. We've got a new jalapeno blue cheese snack stick, and a lot of people like, that doesn't even sound good. Well, it really, that flavor profile of that snack stick is, to me, spot on.
Which one was that, Daryl?
It's a jalapeno blue cheese.
Really?
And, yes. And I mean, we've got people that have tried it, and they're like, I don't even like blue cheese, but this really goes well together.
Wow.
And it does. And then for those that like the heat, and it is hot, but we've got a new Chipotle Wildfire Ghost Pepper snack stick.
Wildfire Ghost Pepper snack stick. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, it has ghost pepper cheese in it.
Yeah, do not put that anywhere near my stuff.
It is very spicy, but again, there's a lot of folks that like the spice, and they was wanting a different flavor profile with the heat.
Mm-hmm.
So this definitely has a different flavor profile and in the heat. And then we have a new jerky. We have a Mesquite Jerky this year, and that just has the old, just the mesquite flavor, just like it sounds, and it's good.
Jenny told me she wants the jalapeno blue cheese.
I bet you she'd like it.
Well, that's what she just texted me. So when I get my deer,
we'll have to get her some.
Yeah, remind me, Angie. Please remind me to put that on the order form, please.
I will do that. I'll be looking out for Jenny.
Thank you, dear. Yeah.
And then, last but not least, for a new item, we have a new barbecue rib sandwich patty.
Really?
So, yeah, it has. We've got a dry rub we put in it, and then we put barbecue sauce in it and mix it up and make it into a ribbed patty form. And then the guy just needs to cook it on the grill, and you got yourself a good barbecue deer pork sandwich.
Well, I got to tell you that all sounds wonderful. The ring bologna has always been one of my favorite. My buck I got in Iowa last year, you guys did a whole bunch of that. That was amazing.
It's
the deer.
Hard to go wrong with the ring bologna.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah, the deer bacon was good.
We have a lot of folks. They're like, bacon? Where do you get bacon out of deer? And we're like, well, it's ground and formed, and then of course we brine it, and then we smoke it, and so it's one of our up and coming products. We made a lot of it last year.
Paula Cox said to tell you guys hi. She's enjoying the show this morning. Jeremy Lee says I need to buy Raven an elk tag. Yeah. They're watching us on Facebook Live right now. So, hey, what do you sell the most of? Deer sticks, or the stack sticks, or the sausage? The sticks. I think you're right. I think the sticks are becoming more popular. My elk sausage, the old summer sausage big stick, the club, that for years was what everybody wanted and went to. But boy, I tell you what, for just the convenience fact of having those prepackaged snack sticks, you can throw them in your cooler if you're in the blind, or throw a pack in your backpack if you're out sitting in the stand all day. They are a lot more convenient to munch on for snacks.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right. Just generally speaking, snack sticks are trending, very popular.
Yeah. And no offense to anybody, but there's light years of difference between what you buy at the store. I'm not going to mention any brands, and what you get made for someone like the Milo Locker Meats. It's the taste and the quality is 1,000 times better. I'm telling you, it makes you parsnickety a little bit, or really what's a better word, Kyla?
Maybe peculiar.
Picky.
Picky.
I mean, after you've had that, and you go and you say you're out somewhere and you grab one, it's like, where's my other stuff at? I mean, it makes you really I think parsnickety is a good word. I know it's an unusual word, but very, 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 very picky. Yeah.
If I can ask you a question, sorry, Daryl. I'm terrible at names.
This is Kira.
Yeah,
Kira.
Good morning. I'm filling in for Andrew today. So this is kind of a selfish question because I'm new to the area. Do you guys only sell, I don't know how to word this, sell products that people bring in the meat, you process it, and you give it to them, but do you also sell standalone products?
That is a great question. And the answer, can I answer that, Daryl?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, let me hang on. I got to do it. Outdoors needs it. Outdoors wants it. Outdoors has got to have it. They have standalone staple sticks now. They're selling it at the Milo Locker Meats. If you didn't get a deer, you can still get some super nice snack sticks, right, Big D?
You betcha. We've got, I think, every one of these flavors and maybe even a couple more that we don't offer for deer products, but we offer them through our retail case. And of course we do, now that's not deer, that's beef, and then beef and pork.
Don't say it like that. Just say it's not deer, but it's still
I
awesome.
didn't want people showing up going, I want deer sticks, because we've had that. And so we don't process any deer sticks for retail, but we do beef and pork.
Daryl, just look at them and say, beef. It's what snacks are for.
There you go. And then, of course, we do, like retail people, we have a retail front where if people want, pork chops or a ribeye or a T-bone or ground beef or whatever, we process all locally raised beef and pork every week. It's about as fresh as you can get.
Yeah.
And all of our beef is 21-day aged, dry aged in the cooler, so.
It's awesome. Hey, I got to take one more quick break. I'm going to hold you over for one more little segment, okay?
You betcha.
Okay, you stay right there. Kenny Cole, good morning. Stewie! Good morning, Stewie and Ankeny. Stewie's watching us. We'll be right back with Big D and Angie and everybody from the Milo Locker Meats on 1350 ESPN.
It's the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
Need t-shirts for your school, special events, fundraisers, or apparel for your business?
Kira.
I
keep wanting to call you Kira. No, it's not. Morning, everybody! It's starting to feel like deer season. Hey, Timmy Henning, good morning. I just talked about waterfowl, 2 weeks ago, Timmy? Come on, man. We just talked about teal season. We just had Pete on. Good morning, Mason.
Located in Wall Lake, Iowa. Just stop on over here. We've got a nice selection of new and used golf
I like that
carts.
sledgehammer.
Onward carts, as well as a good mix of utility carts as well. We've got a number of pre-owned golf carts in all types of price ranges. Available with fancy wheels, stereo. We've got it here at Speed's Golf Cars. Let the folks at Speed's handle your golf cart needs. Check out our website for a complete inventory at speedsgolfcars.com.
Our dogs are part of the family, and we want to protect them at all times.
Yeah, Jeremy, the kids are doing good this year, man. A lot of picks. Daryl said they've already had over 40 deer checked in. That's just at the Milo Locker.
Chris Spoltra is the owner of the Pet Stop franchise in the Des Moines area and has been keeping pets safe for over 19 years. A Pet Stop system will not only keep your pet from leaving your desired area outside, but can also be set up to keep your pet...
Stewie, where's Yagi at? I called Yagi yesterday. Obi-Wan, he never called me back.
Easy to maintain. Plus, with a friendly
that Obi-Wan.
You can customize the Pet Stop system to help your dogs enjoy their playtime and stay safe at the same time. For more information on how to protect your buddy and keep your home looking great, call 515-975-2190 or go online at petstop.com. Pet Stop of Des Moines. Outdoors Dan recommended and Raven approved.
Raven approved. I should have named that dog Fred.
Dave from Jlm Shirts Supply.
Hey, Fred.
I
don't know why I thought about that this morning. Here, Fred. That's what I should have named him.
Carry new and used firearms.
I like Raven.
From self-defense to shooting.
He's black, just one kind of he was shiny and black.
To better serve your needs. We still accept trades on all types of guns. We'll also look at any firearm you might wish to
He's
sell.
100 pounds now. He's a moose.
JLM Shooter Supply carries firearms to meet any budget.
Yeah, he was a cute puppy.
Even special order items for those who like to add higher-end guns to their collection. JLM also has a full-time gunsmith on board that can help with all your gun repair needs. So from ammo and hearing protection to gun cleaning kits, holsters, and sights.
October 1st can't get here quick enough for me.
Supply in Urbandale. Please stop by and see us at 6931 Douglas
Couple
Avenue.
more weeks.
Or call us.
Well, not even that. Less than 2 weeks. So.
1577. That's 515-331-1577.
That big buck has eluded you for seasons. You see
Good morning, Steven.
But just can't figure him out.
You
Have you heard of Pure Whitetail? Pure Whitetail can help you see more deer and target that buck that haunts you. Pure Whitetail has some of the best deer scents you can rely on to work scrape lines or build mock scrapes that will help you see more deer. Pure Whitetail.
There you go, Jim. At least you're having fun, bud.
Scents like Bed It Up.
I can't wait to be sitting in stand, got the old vest on, and just kind of glassing, looking for antler movement, man. I got the mock scrapes, put some more pure whitetail mock scrapes out. I can't wait. Boy, they're just nailing my trophy acre food plots. I'm telling you, Jimmy, it takes forever to get here, and it's gone like that. Enjoy every day of the hunting season. Especially with this cooler weather, man. It's awesome. All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio here on 1350 ESPN. I hope everyone's doing well. I got the Big D, Daryl, and Ange on from the Milo Locker Meats, and we're just kind of talking a little bit about field care for your deer, what to do with it afterwards. Some of the stuff. This is not a deer product, but I got to brag on you. I was in there the other day getting some steaks and some other stuff, and I happened to go by the old breakfast sausage rack. And I saw the maple and blueberry pork sausage patties. So I bought a couple of those. Oh my gosh, rock on.
If you like maple and if you like blueberry, why not put it in pork? And it is yummy.
Hey, you remember like 10 or 12 years ago when I got that bear up in Minnesota and I came back and we were talking about different things to do with the bear? And Remember when we did the maple bear sausage?
Yep.
That was good.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep. That's what got us started towards thinking maple, and we've just kind of changed and grown, and now we have two different types of maple sausage, we do not have the maple blueberry for deer, but we do have just the maple sausage and deer products.
No, I'm telling you what, folks, it's good. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, Jim. Jim, good luck in Wyoming. I hope you do well. So, well, I tell you, one of the things that I hate to bring this up, but I'm going to. The holidays are, deer season's finally here. We got the regular seasons kicking off October 1st, so just in a few days. But means the holidays are not that far behind, and if you want to give somebody something for the holidays that they're going to remember, and you want to set yourself apart on your gift giving, you want to go up a notch. This is me talking. I would go on to the Milo Locker Meats website. They can ship Iowa grown, Iowa quality meat to anywhere in the country. If you want to send like a grilling pack, a snack pack, who doesn't love Iowa chops? You can have that sent anywhere you want in the continental U.S. And for what a great holiday idea! And it's fresh, it's delicious, and people are going to be begging you to do that every year. Daryl, I'm telling you, I'm excited about that.
Well, we are as well. We have had the opportunity to ship to the Carolinas and to the East Coast and even to the West Coast. So,
absolutely,
it's exciting.
It is exciting. Good morning, Fishing Dave. Good to see you, buddy. So, hey, now you said you have the regular beef snack sticks and stuff. They can ship that now too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. Who doesn't like getting a snack pack for birthdays or anniversaries or whatever? What a great gift idea.
You betcha.
Yeah, I think that should be like in your jingle. Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants me singing.
Well, they tell me that all the time, but I still do it. So, hey, listen, I can't thank you enough for everything. We love you, and you've been such a good family. You're part of my family. I hope you feel the same. I always feel like family when I come down here and get a free ice cream cone off of you.
You betcha.
But I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for the, folks, they won't tell everybody, but they've been the Beast Feast that I do every year for the Kids Family Cancer Network and Leukemia Lymphoma Society. I think we're up almost $200,000 we've raised over the years just doing a wild game dinner. And the Milo Locker has been very, very much part of that every year. All those wonderful snack sticks and cheese, and when you come in for appetizers, those come straight from the Milo. And a lot of times, They're helping us out with some meat as well. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys, and thanks for being part of our family here on the show.
Well, thank you, and it was a good morning to share some information with everybody.
Yeah, hey, I'm just tell Angie I'd like to book you for this time next year because she kind of she hogs you, man. You can't talk to you anymore.
Well, and we're going fishing this afternoon, Lord willing. So.
Well, like I said, the one she's awesome. She not only she knows how to topo map. She gets you where the fish are. She baits your hook and she puts the fish in the live well. And I can't think of a better fishing partner than Angie.
I know it. She takes good care of me.
She does. I saw all those pictures in Minnesota. Angie, you're awesome.
Thank you, Dan. We love you.
Folks, I'm teasing. I'm just giving Angie trouble because she always gives me trouble. Yeah. All right, listen, tell them the hours of the store and the locker. If someone gets a deer, what do they got to do?
They get a deer, they field dress it, bring it into us, drop it off at that 24/7 locker if it's after hours, and in that cooler there. If we're open, come on in and see us, and we girls will take good care of you. Also want to mention that starting Saturday, October 2nd, Angie's going to start doing sample Saturdays, so I'm going to be cooking some stuff up for you to try.
Oh, chicken and dumplings?
No. I might be cooking up some of that maple blueberry sausage.
Oh.
I'm going to make up some green onion meatballs, and we're going to have different broth, sticks, you name it. We'll have different Saturdays and different samples.
I think that is an awesome idea. So when does that start?
That's going to start next Saturday, October 2nd.
Okay, there you go. And before we let you go, how's Sis doing?
She is hanging in there. She is my hero. She is just that young lady. She's strong, determined, and she's our daughter, so we just think she's pretty awesome. But she's doing great.
All right. Well, we love her too. So thanks for
asking.
No, that's our job. So hey, thanks for everything, and hopefully I will see you with deer in hand here soon.
We'll be looking forward to it.
And you might see me on Sample Saturdays.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes.
All right. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find us at 223 Main Street in Milo, Iowa. Big red building.
Yeah. Also on Facebook. Angie's always doing live Facebook stuff.
You betcha. Yep. And at MiloLockerMeats.com.
All right. You guys have a blessed day, and we just love you to death. And you guys be good. And if you need anything, let me know.
We love you too.
Talk to you later.
Bye, guys. There they go. That's the Milo Locker Meats. Love those folks. All right, I am so late for a break. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
This is
Good morning, Bobby.
Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
I put them on.
Oh, are they there?
Hey everybody, Outdoors Dan here. Let me ask you a quick question. Are you a hunter? If you are, there's a group that I would like to introduce you to, and that's Hunting Works for Iowa. Nope. Hunting Works for Iowa is a statewide organization that is focused on not only what hunting is, but what it does for the state of Iowa.
There you go, Timmy.
Annually brings in huge economic resources.
You and Randy Munson, man.
Hunters buy tags
go get them
every year so they can hunt here. That impacts restaurants, retail stores, gas stations.
Morning, Bob.
Outfitters and guides all over the state of Iowa. That leads to hundreds of millions of dollars in state taxes and retail sales.
I'm getting trail game pictures.
Iowa moving forward. Anti-hunting groups are working hard every year to limit your ability to hunt here. So Hunting Works for Iowa is partnering with not only hunters, but businesses all across the state to protect your rights. If you want to learn more about Hunting Works for Iowa, or if you're interested in becoming a partner, please go check out their website at huntingworksforiowa.com.
Heading to your favorite outdoor spot? Is your hunting, fishing, or utility knife ready for any task? Well, if you used the original Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener before you left, you bet they are. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener is designed to sharpen every knife you own. By using changeable, flexible abrasive belts, the sharpening system is able to sharpen a variety of knives, including curved and serrated knives, tonto blades, fillet knives, gut hooks, axes, and even kitchen knives. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener does this with precision angle sharpening guides and flexible abrasive belts to ensure the proper 20-degree angle every time. Each work sharp knife and tool sharpener is assembled in the USA by a family-owned and operated company. Customer service is always a call away. So if you love the outdoors and depend on a sharp knife, consider checking out one of the Work Sharp knife and tool sharpeners or the Work Sharp guided field sharpener at a store near you, or anytime at worksharptools.com. That's worksharptools.com.
We all want the deadliest broadheads out there. Have you tried a slick trick? Slick tricks are one of the most
Boy, the deer are
accurate and
moving this
deadliest
morning.
broadheads on the market. No matter which slick trick model you choose, the Raptor trick, the Viper trick, the Magnum, the
They're
Wicked
moving.
trick, the Grizz trick 2, or the standard slick trick, they all offer
I've gotten like 5
crushing
pictures
penetration with
already.
superior cutting diameters. They feature an all-steel ferrule Alcatraz blade lock system to prevent broadhead failures at the moment of impact that will help you get your game. If you're a mechanical fan, the Raptor trick is going to be your
nice little
favorite.
buck last night.
4-edge bone-splitting tip, 2-inch cutting diameter, and deadly accurate flight. Bow hunters need gear that they can depend on 100% of the time. You wait all season.
There you go, fishing, Dave.
Shot. Do not trust it.
Morning, John. How you doing, bud?
A short recovery.
I hear you, man. Anytime I can put a hoodie and a vest on, it's hunting weather.
Slick trick broadheads.
My favorite time of year.
Hey guys, Jackie Bushman here with Buckmasters. When it comes to food plot seed and deer feed, the Mississippi-based Backwoods Attractions product line has you covered. From their food plot blends like Trophy Acre, Lazy Acre, Clover Deluxe, and the popular Dixie 6, to their attractants like Game Changer.
We got gun talk coming up.
The best way to put it is, if you're not using Backwoods Attraction products, you better hope your neighbor isn't either. From small to large acreage, Backwoods Attraction has the feed and seed perfect for your hunting property. So do yourself a favor and swing by and support your local co-op or farm supply store and ask for Backwoods Attraction to set yourself up for a successful fall.
I've been jonesing for some Stefanina's pizza from back home. Is that Christmas music? She's playing Christmas music. All right. That's going a little bit too far there, Kira. Come on. It's too early for Christmas music. We haven't even got to Halloween yet. Oh, all right. Whatever. You can't get too upset about Christmas music. I told Jen I had to go to a local grocery store. I won't mention who. And they had Halloween direct. I haven't been to a grocery store in ages because I'll be honest with you, we usually do the online thing. But I just don't want to be around anybody. I'm getting grumpy. No, I had to go, and I went, and the Halloween decorations and everything were up. Dave says he loves the Christmas music here. So I saw the Halloween stuff, and it's like, oh man, I'm so pumped. I got home, and Jenny goes, well, it's been up for a month. I said, well, I know, I haven't been in the store. Halloween, that means Halloween. The rut is right not that far away. I mean, it's my favorite time of year. You got the October 25th until November 15th is one of my favorite times of year, and then spring turkey season, and then walleye opener in late May or June. Those are my 3 favorite times of year. I love Christmas. But it's just, I'm an outdoors guy. I mean, those are my go-tos.
It's only 3 months away.
I know.
As of today, though.
What, Christmas?
Only 3 months.
Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Jenny and I were talking, if you're going to be shipping anything, I would be calling now. The way shipping is so messed up, it's ridiculous. I mean, I would order your stuff early. That's for sure. Was the phone ringing? Oh, I thought I saw a flash over there. Let me do the Sportsman's Warehouse fishing reports. Just go fishing. They're all fishing. The fish are biting. They're wanting to get fattened up. The shad's running. Go fishing. Black Hawk Lake, water temperatures in the mid-60s. Hey, that's down like 10 degrees. How about that? The crappie are fair. Channel catfish bite is fair. Largemouth fair. Walleye are slow. Brushy Creek, the crappie bite is fair. Bass and perch are fair. Storm Lake, catfish, bass, and walleye are fair. Spirit Lake, water temperature is 64 degrees. Black crappie fair. Blue gills are fair. Walleye are good. Yellow perch are fair. West Okoboji, crappie are good. Gills are good. Walleyes are good. Rathbun Reservoir, the current lake level is at 904. You already know about the zebra mussel stuff, so take precautions there. Black crappie bite is good. Channel catfish bite is fair. Walleye are fair. Crankbaits right now, crawler rigs over rock piles near lake depth changes such as old river channels are producing fish. Red Hawk Lake, The bluegill bite is slow. Channel catfish bite is fair. Largemouth bass is fair. Good morning, Mountain Man. How you doing? Good luck. Mountain Man's watching us from the tree stand. I love you guys doing that. That's so awesome. Big Creek, the walleye bite is fair. Striped bass are fair. Wipers are good. Des Moines River, channel catfish bite, and the walleye bite is really good on Des Moines River. Sailorville to Red Rock. Red Rock Reservoir, channel catfish bite is good. White bass are fair. Rock Creek, channel catfish bite. White crappie are fair. Sailorville, channel catfish bite is good. Drift or slow. Troll, cut creek chubs or gizzard shad in the upper end of the lake. White bass are good. 3 Mile. The gills are good. Largemouth bass are slow. 12 Mile. The black crappie bite is good. Let's see. They're catching crappie up to 9.5 inches on jigs tip with live bait. Fish near the cedar trees. Gills are fair. Largemouth bass bite is slow. They're catching bass up to 21 inches there. Yellow perch are slow. And water temperature down there is in the low 70s. There you go. I got the fishing report in before I had to break again. Aren't you proud of me? I want to thank you very much. So Andrew's family is under the weather, so Kira filled in. So Kira, thanks for coming in and saving the day. So we appreciate her doing that. Late last night, I get a text from Andrew. Everybody's sick. I can't make it in. I got Kira coming in, so thanks to Kira for bailing us out this morning. So we got Dave from Jlm Shooter Supply coming up. Gun Talk. If you want to message me on Facebook Live. Or you can call the show 244-1350, 244-1350. We will get you on for answer some stuff for Dave with Gun Talk. And hey, we are streaming again on 102. What is it? 102 FM. 102.1. We're streaming again on FM, so you can hear us on the FM now. I did see an email about that, so thanks to everybody here at Des Moines Radio Group for getting that going again. Let's see. Jalapeno blue cheese. My lovely bride wants that. I'll have to get that done. And I got to get a deer first, dear. Let's see. What? Pure whitetail. Alan, I got a question from Alan. What is pure whitetail? Alan, pure whitetail is a deer lure company. They raise their own deer and they extract the urine and everything from deer, like Ghost or Cash or some of the deer's names. And it's 100% contained on the farm, so the quality of the deer urine is amazing. That's what I've been using for building those mock scrapes that I'm getting all these deer pictures. I'm putting in like bachelor group bucks and then some doe. I am not using doe estrus yet. It's too early for that, but just regular doe urine. And the scrapes have been working great. I'm getting a lot of good quality deer pictures. But that's what pure whitetail is. The dust is amazing. Go to purewhitetail.com and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, we will be right back with Gun Talk here on 1350 ESPN.
In these times when a lot of us are working from home,
I got out on time. Can you believe it? Wow.
Is the right temperature
that hour went quick.
Now is a great time to call the experts at White.
Too early for Christmas, Tony?
287-6000 to schedule a check on your current heating and cooling systems. Is your house too dry and giving your family issues? A Honeywell dehumidifier system installed with your AC heating system.
What's up, Mountain Man?
Right away. Wyckoff Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and
you got those deer sighted in, bud?
Serving Iowa residents and businesses for
are you muzzleloader hunting or are you bow hunting this morning?
Service and programs like the Peace of Mind Plan for less than $15 a month. So if you want more time on the water or in the woods this year, please call the folks at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling for any of your home or business heating and cooling needs. One call to Wyckoff Heating and Cooling will bring you peace of mind under your roof every day.
Whether it's camping, hunting, or fishing, you want your camping setup to be easy and your stay as comfortable as possible. Camprite has been helping folks.
I'm trying not to play as much copyrighted stuff as I can.
Camprite employees
because Facebook's driving me nuts about they'll mute it. And I put on there that I'm at a radio station where we pay ASCAP and BMI. We pay for the rights to play that music. So, but they don't care. It drives me nuts. That's why we're not playing a lot of the other music. It's kind of sad because I miss it, but I want people to listen to the show. They'll be listening to the show and half of it's muted out. Good morning, Mark.
17 years of field
testing great outdoor gear products, Camprite is the right choice to make adventures not only comfortable, but also carefree. Check out all these Camprite products at your local Sportsman's Warehouse or anytime on the web at camprite.com. That's camprite with a K.com.
KRNG Des Moines. From the Valley Bet Sportsbook app studio, this is 102.1 FM, 1350 ESPN, Des Moines Sports Leader.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call radio platform. This is Outdoors Dan. Hope everyone's having a great weekend, and thank you so much for joining us here on 1350 ESPN. We always appreciate that. Hour number 2 is brought to you by the fine folks at Elite Archery. If you haven't taken the Shootability Challenge yet, I encourage you to go over to Archery Field and Sports or Sportsman's Warehouse and do that. Check out the Cure, check out the Encore, check out the Remedy. The Remedy is where I've gotten, that's the bow I've been using and I took the last 3 animals with. Just got my mule deer with that bow. It's just a great, what sets it apart is the set technology, simplified exact tuning. I can tune broadheads with that bow without having to put it in a press or move the rest. All I got to do is just use the set settings on each side of the riser. I don't even have to change my pins. I can just take that, turn it a quarter turn if it's going to the right or turn it the other way, and it will zero that in. The set technology is amazing. It's patented. Go check out an Elite dealer near you, and you'll understand why I'm fired up. It's amazing. I'm telling you, go check it out. I promise you, the Shootability Challenge will change your mind. Speaking of changing minds, this guy's changing minds each and every day over there at Jlm Shooter Supply, Mr. Dave Bloon. He is the owner and proprietor, and you're out there doing it every day, man, on the front lines.
Well, good morning, Dan. It's good to hear your voice.
Well, awesome. I haven't seen you. I haven't had a chance to come down to the store. How y'all doing down here?
We are doing good. We are doing good. The store is doing well. We're fully stocked in guns for sure, and the ammo situation is definitely getting better. There's actually bullets on the shelves of calibers that people are really looking for.
Well, I know the 9mm. I heard the 9mm and the 22 are coming in really good now. I know this time last year you couldn't hardly find that. My the biggest thing I got people asking me for are primers and slugs. How's that going?
Yeah, that's awful. Reloading supplies are almost non-existent, and slugs are difficult. When we get them in, they are gone that day or the next, so they don't last very long because people are pretty hungry for them.
Yeah, now we're not that far away. Early muzzleloader season is coming up really quick. We got the shotgun portion of the deer season in Iowa is in December. What do they need to do if they need to get some slugs, Dave?
Well, the biggest thing is watch our Facebook page because we post that as soon as they come in. So that's the best way to do it. We at one point thought about keeping like a wish list for ammo, but it just got too long, and we just ended up pissing people off because my name was on the list. Yeah, you and 3,600 other people, and we just couldn't call everybody when the ammo came in. So the biggest thing is watch our Facebook page. That's where we do most of our updates on inventory. So you'll see guns there. You'll see bullets. We even post marriage pro tips on our Facebook page for all the people who...
Say that again.
We call it marriage pro tips, but it's just humor. It's just humor at people who are married and have gun addictions. So if you look at our memes and our marriage pro tips, it's all just in fun. But
is that
it's just a good way to have the laugh.
Is that a Kenny thing?
That is not. Well, it's both. So about once a week or once every other week, Kenny and I will sit down and say, all right, what's the marriage pro tip of the day? And so we'll come up with them. And sometimes I come up with them and sometimes he comes up with them. But they're all homegrown. Like we come up with all that stuff on our own and waste a bunch of time that we should be sitting there thinking, what would be funny to post today?
So, hey, before I got a bunch of questions about shotgun stuff I want to ask you about today, but let's talk. I want to ask you, where are we at as far as right to carry, concealed carry? Everything's passed through, so I mean, you can pretty much open carry now without restriction, can't you?
Yeah, well, you could open carry before. That was never the issue.
Okay.
What was always the issue was concealed carry.
Okay.
Could you conceal carry without a permit? So you could conceal carry in the past, but you had to go to your local county sheriff and get permission. And they would run the background checks and issue you a card, and that card says, yep, Dave Bloom has permission to carry in the state of Iowa as as determined by the Polk County Sheriff or Dallas County Sheriff or Warren County Sheriff. Well, they passed a law that went into effect July 1st. It just said you don't have to get permission from your sheriff anymore. It's called constitutional carry, which means if you can own a gun, you can carry it.
You can conceal carry it.
You can conceal carry it.
Okay.
So that's a big deal in the sense that you no longer have to go get permission to conceal carry.
Okay.
Now, you still have to have a background check run to purchase the gun. So you still have to be able to prove that you can purchase a gun. It's just now that if you don't have the card, that means JLM we have to run that background check. And so we call up the FBI and they tell us whether you can purchase a gun or not. If you have the card, I don't have to call the FBI. I can issue you a gun on the spot because the Polk County Sheriff has run the background check and said, yes, Dan, you can purchase a gun. So we highly recommend that you get the card, you keep the card. It's a better way to do it. It saves a ton of time, and you don't get a lot of frustrating outcomes because sometimes when we call the FBI, they're too busy to run the check, and so they just say you're delayed.
Right.
So it could be 5 days before you can get your gun because they're just too busy to run your check that day.
Well, I just renewed mine, Dave.
Good.
Yeah.
That's our recommendation. But honestly, if somebody said, hey, I'm just going to buy one gun in my life and this is the gun I'm going to carry, well, then maybe don't go through the effort of getting a card. Just come in and we'll run your background check. And if it takes 3 days or 5 days, well, so be it. You're only going to buy one gun in your life. But a lot of our customers buy a gun a month. And so that's way better to have the card than to not have the card.
Yeah, because I get an itch once in a while. I love my SIG, my M17. Am I saying that right?
Well, it's a P320.
Okay.
But so the SIG went out and vied for the military contract, and so what you have is the civilian version of the M17, which is the military's P320. But basically, you have a SIG P320.
Yeah, I love that gun. That thing is
a great gun.
Super accurate. It's fun to shoot. There's no buzzing in your hand. And I mean, it's a tack driver. I can drive nails with that thing. That's been one of my favorite. I love the shield. I had a 9mm shield, and I really love that gun. But that SIG I actually like better than my shield. I never thought I would say that.
Yeah, there's a reason the military chose that gun. It's a great gun.
Oh.
And we sell a lot of them. And we have a bunch of them in the store right now.
Do you really?
Oh, sure. We have the compact. We have the full size. We have the Legion.
You got the compact one in?
Uh-huh.
Well, how come I didn't get a call?
Probably because there was 100 names on the list.
Oh, that's the officer one, right?
Yeah, it's a smaller version. We also have SIG makes a custom shop, so they have their normal production line, and then they have their custom shop where they added a new trigger. So if you're interested if you like that 320, I have another 320, the big brother to that will make you less happy with the gun that you have. If you come in and take a look at the AXG.
Yeah, Jenny, hold your hands over your ears for me for a second. I know you're listening. Do you have you got the shorter compact one in a 9?
Yep.
Put one of those back for me.
Will do.
What color?
Black.
Oh, you didn't get the green ones in?
No.
Oh. Is mine green? They got a green one, right? I think mine's kind of like a... Huh?
Yeah, flat dark earth is what they call that generally.
What is it?
Yeah, flat dark earth.
It looks green.
FDE.
It looks green, though.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. You don't have that one in?
No, we don't.
Okay.
We have a two-tone. We have a two-tone one where the slide is green and the frame is black. That one looks really cool, but that's a full-size 320.
All right, I'll be in there to look at. Well, it's just that shorter one's easier to carry.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's usually my home defense gun because I don't want to carry it. I've got my Glock 43 that I carry.
Yep, and that's a better carry gun for sure.
Now, is the shorter M17 or the P30? What was it? P what?
P320.
P3. The shorter P320 is that about comparable with the Glock 43 or the Glock 43 still?
No, the 43 is still a much better carry gun.
But okay, now let me ask you this. You know, this is why I have you on, so I can ask you all these personal questions. If you want to call in and ask Dave a question, or hit me up on Facebook Live if you got a question. Good morning, Dave Jones. Good morning, Matt. You can do that on Facebook Live right now too. But Which one's going to be more accurate?
Well, here's the thing. A concealed carry gun is meant to be shooting at 10 yards or less.
Right.
At 10 yards, your accuracy is going to be exactly the same.
Okay.
With a snubby revolver or the best competition pistol that's out there. At 10 yards, it doesn't matter. At 50 yards, completely different story.
Yeah,
30 yards, a completely different story.
Yeah, I'm not going to be shooting that far with it, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why with concealed carry, accuracy, I don't want to say accuracy is not important, because it is important. You need to be able to hit what you're shooting at. But whether your gun is a 2 MOA gun or a 3 MOA gun or whatever is not relevant when you're talking 10 yards. At 10 yards, you just need to be able to point and hit in a relatively quick fashion. But how accurate the gun is not that relevant.
All right. Well,
reliability and speed are way more important on a carry gun than accuracy.
Yeah. Well, and Jenny, Jenny's kind of wanting another home defense gun too. I've got her a Ruger LC9.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I have talked about this for a long time. Wheel guns are usually way more easier to operate and less things to go wrong with a wheel gun, right?
Yep. And your the ability to learn how to use one, to load it, to unload it, and to fire it is significantly less than a semi-auto, and so that's generally where we start new shooters is with some sort of a revolver.
Yeah, and the laser on that thing, I told her, all you got to do is just put it where that laser's hitting, and that's where you're going to hit.
Lasers, red dots on carry guns, I'm not a big fan of. Lasers on carry guns, I'm a huge fan of, because when you're being threatened by something, your eye is going to go to the threat, not to the sights on your gun.
Right.
So if I can put the sights of your gun, quote-unquote sights, laser, on the threat, now you're looking at the same focal point. Your eyes are focused on the exact same thing, the threat, and you're able to aim your gun at the exact same time. You become way more accurate and able to handle it in the stressful situation. And that's the thing that it's almost impossible to replicate at the range. You go to the range, you take your time, slow, squeeze, pop, squeeze, pop, squeeze, pop. But that's not how a carry situation ever goes down.
No.
You never have time, and you're never relaxed. You're in a hyper-stressful situation, and you're looking at the threat, not looking at the sights in your gun. So that's why a laser takes all of the variables out. You put the laser where you want to shoot, you start pulling the trigger.
I've been a big fan for Crimson Trace for a long time. That Ruger LC9 actually came with a laser. But I've bought some aftermarket Crimson Traces before because they're easy to put on and they're pretty reliable. Yep. I've never had any problems. What's other options out there, Dave?
Oh, there's a lot of different other options, but Crimson Trace is the one we carry.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. I've always had really good luck with those. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yep. I have a Crimson Trace on my revolver.
There you go. All right, Steve wants to know, can you talk a little bit about Slug Gun Barrels? What is out there now compared to 5 years ago?
I would say that compared to 5 years ago, there's not a big difference. Because most of the advancements and most of what the companies are focused on are straight cartridge rifles.
Uh-huh.
Because most states who used to only allow shotguns are now allowing the 350 Legend, the 450 Bushmaster, 44 Magnum, that kind of stuff. So it's been interesting to see. There's still a lot of people using shotguns, but there's way more people starting to use the rifles. And so that's what the companies are going after. So there's less motivation for them to be really into the R&D, the research and development on slug barrels. So I would tell you between now and 5 years ago, there's hardly any significant change in technology and manufacturing processes, all that kind of stuff. All that has stayed relatively the same. Even in the slugs themselves, they haven't gone through a huge amount of technology upgrades in the last 5 years. Again, mostly because the companies aren't motivated to do it because less and less people are using slugs.
Well, but those are rifled slugs, right?
There's rifled slugs. There's regular, just smooth slugs. It just depends on what you're shooting. If your barrel is rifled barrel, if you have a smooth barrel, that's what shapes what slug you use. But yeah, I mean, so I'm saying that the technology that goes into developing those rounds isn't being pushed as hard as it maybe was 10 or 15 years ago.
Well, a rifled slug barrel, Dave, is going to be more accurate, though, correct?
Generally speaking, yes.
Okay, because it's going to spin and you're going to be able to pattern that better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, it just depends on range. This is the same thing we're talking about with the pistol. If you're talking at 20, 30, or 40 yards, it just ain't going to make a difference.
Yeah.
You're shooting an enormous bullet. If you hit anywhere close to the kill zone, you're going to kill the animal.
Yeah.
And if you're off by an inch or two at 20 or 30 yards, it doesn't make a difference. You start pushing it out to 75, 80, and 100 yards, now is when your accuracy becomes way more important as far as how tight a grouping can I pull on this with this weapon, with this ammo, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
which again is why most people have gone to the 350 Legend and the 450 Bushmaster, because those are true rifles and are inherently more accurate. Generally speaking, I know there's going to be some guy out there who tells me, yeah, I got a slug gun, I can shoot one MOA at 100 yards. I'm sure that's true. But generally speaking, any 350 Legend is going to be more accurate than any slug at 100 yards.
Well, I can understand. I could see that. Good morning, Roger Wild from Facebook Live. Thanks for checking in this morning. So, all right, well, we're not that far away from shotgun season. I mean, what are we, 12 weeks, 13, 14 weeks, something like that?
Yep. Well, youth season's already happened. I had a buddy who shot a really nice buck last night, his 13-year-old son.
Yeah. So, well, I'm talking about the main firearms portion, but if someone's wanting slugs or rifled slugs or whatever, they need to get in there and try to put the bug in like your ear or wherever right now. You don't want to wait.
That is for sure. That is for sure. And hopefully the manufacturers will, obviously they're not going to make slugs in the spring necessarily, but hopefully they're making a bunch of slugs, and so our shipments should go up as far as what we're receiving. That should increase on a daily basis. We should be getting more and more, having access to more and more of those kind of rounds here in the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Well, I was told that they're cranking out 2 or 3 shifts at most of, like Federal, and they're back up almost to full capacity in production. The problem is there's so many people now, so many more people wanting them now. They're still behind.
Yep, they're still behind, and they're going to be behind on all ammo for a while. I mean, we still struggle to get 38 special, 380 auto, 357 Magnums. Those 30 caliber ones are just really, really hard to get.
Okay, there you go. Folks, we're visiting with Dave from JLM Shooter Supply. Dave, hang on. We got to take a real quick break. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, Raj. Good morning, John.
Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
So it's time to refill the tank. Where are you going for a great meal that won't break the bank? Well, why not fill up at Central Standard Restaurant in Milwaukee? There's more than great burgers and handmade ice cream shakes waiting for you at Central Standard Restaurant. They specialize in great food like buttermilk fried chicken, smoked pulled pork, grilled salmon, or an Iowa pork tenderloin, to name just a few. Central Standard Restaurant features a large menu that will be sure to please even the pickiest ones in your crew. The daily mac and cheese specials will bring a smile to any kid from 5 to 50. The shakes are just like Mom and Dad had back in their day, cold, tall, and amazing. Central Standard Restaurant features shakes like birthday cake, cookie dough, strawberry cheesecake. Chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla are always available as well. From large screen TVs and plenty of local and domestic brews, you'll be relaxed and enjoying your time at the Central Standard so much, it'll become one of your go-to places. Carry-out is always available at Central Standard. Central Standard Restaurant is located at 1222 Southeast University in Waukee, Iowa. Just a short drive from anywhere. Central Standard Restaurant, the perfect place to fill your tank when you're hungry.
Hey, are you in the market for a new RV this year? Here's a place to help you start looking for that new travel partner for your next vacation or outdoor adventure. Head on over to the friendly folks at Imperial RV Center in Ankeny. Imperial RV has been serving Iowa camping enthusiasts for 50 years. They carry pull-behind or fifth-wheel RVs from Sprinter, Hideout, Passport, and Alpine. They now carry SMC horse trailers that have built-in living quarters for rodeo and horse lovers. Imperial RV also features a full-service center ready for any repair that your RV might have. Imperial RV can finance on-site to help you with all your financing needs. They also have a full-service parts department for anything you might need to keep your camper going. They're open Monday through Saturday, located at 1727 South Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny, Iowa. Please call them at 515-964-1424 or check them out online at ImperialRVCenter.com. That's ImperialRVCenter.com. Imperial RV Center in Ankeny, making memories to last a lifetime. At American Family Life Insurance, we know that protecting your family's financial future is a priority, and life insurance is an easy way to help make that happen. You'll feel good knowing you've taken steps to protect what matters most if you were to pass away. Plus, life insurance is often more affordable than you think. Let's talk about options that fit you. Contact Darren Islander, agent at 515-964-7575 today.
Yeah, because I'd like to see you when I come in.
Family Insurance. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You were hunting, and a deer tick just crawled onto your leg and is burying its head into your flesh. You can't feel the bite, and you may or may not find the tick. In the coming weeks, you may or may not notice a red ring around the bite. Shortly thereafter, you may or may not get really sick. Your doctor may or may not test you for Lyme disease. The test may or may not detect it, meaning you may or may not get the medication needed. If untreated or not treated on time, you could have a lifetime of complications. Don't take that chance.
It's my daughter's birthday.
Clothing from Game Hide.
But thank you.
Limited features Insect Shield.
You know what my Oktoberfest is? Sitting in a deer tent.
A limited clothing will retain its effectiveness for
Have you heard about lethal bug and tick repellent? Is something bugging you? Don't let it bug you. Get lethal bug and tick repellent. I promise you, it won't bug you anymore. I love this stuff.
Visit GameHide.com.
I wear my Game Hide clothing, and then I put that on my hat, my shoes, my gloves, my backpack, my camera bag, and I stay bug free. Look, even the cap can't stay on. No, I'm kidding. It's good stuff. Archery Field and Sports has this on sale right now. Go down and see Mark.
Please make sure your pet is current on all vaccines before you head out. Your pet should also have a good physical exam to make sure she is healthy enough to go.
I think we should start a new segment on the show called What's Bugging You? What's Bugging You? I think we're going to do that. When Andrew gets back, I'm going to work on that. We got Send a Salute. If you send a salute in, I got one to read here in a little bit. You're going to get a free lunch from Darren Islander in Ankeny, Iowa, from Chick-fil-A, just for sending a salute, for acknowledging somebody. And then we got some other stuff we're going to be working on too.
9865-PET.
We're just trying to change things up, keep it fresh.
Of your pet.
We back already? All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio platform with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. My guest is Dave Bloom from Jlm Shooter Supply over there in Urbandale, right off Douglas. You can't miss it. The home of Kenny. And if you go see in there, go to the store, they'll understand why I say that, right, Dave?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we were talking during the break, and you said you had a customer come in and gave you an idea, huh?
Yeah. So they had a question. So it was a gentleman who was who was a relatively new shooter, and he was asking for 36 grain 22 ammo. And we said, yeah, we have some of that, but here's some 40 grain. He's like, no, my gun won't shoot that. I need 36. Really? What kind of gun do you have? And he told us the gun. It was a normal gun. In his mind, the 36 grain was what was important about what he was shooting, not the .22 LR. And so it got me thinking that sometimes people don't really understand what they're looking at when they look at a box of ammo, or all of the different, kind of inside jargon that is needed to know. So this may be kind of redundant for some of your more experienced shooters, but for some of your newer shooters, understanding what's on a box of ammo is really important in making sure you're getting the most out of your shooting experience. So when somebody comes in to buy bullets, there's two kinds of bullets. Mostly for handguns. This kind of applies for rifles and hunting ammo, but not as much. But when we think about handgun ammo and self-defense ammo, there's two kinds of bullets. And the way we make it as simple as we can is there's bullets for paper and there's bullets for people.
Okay.
Bullets for paper, target ammo, range ammo. Bullets for people, self-defense. That's what you put into your Glock 43 when you're going to carry it. Is this bullet is intended to do the most destruction to a soft tissue target.
Okay.
Versus this bullet is meant to put a circle in a piece of paper. So when you look at a box of ammo, and if it says, always starts with the cartridge, and it always starts with the size, and that size is the diameter. Now the problem is, the diameter can be in metric millimeters or in fraction, or, point so much of an inch, 0.22, 22, 0.45, 0.38. Those are all fractions of an inch. That's the standard measurement versus the metric measurement.
Right.
So if you think about 9 millimeter ammo, 9 millimeter, and then there's almost always something after that. That could be 9 by 19. So 9 is the diameter of the bullet, 19 is the height of the case. But then there's almost always a word. Luger, Parabellum, short, all kinds of different things that are after that number at the front. And so that's real important that you begin to understand, because you could get, hey, I have a 45 auto. And you go to the shelf and you find 45 long Colt. Well, it's 45, it'll fit in my gun. No, completely different rounds. Same diameter, 0.45 of an inch, but 45 long Colt and 45 auto or ACP are completely different, and one will fit in your gun and one will not fit in your gun.
Huh.
So it's real important that you begin to understand what those designations mean. And so they always put a word after the number, because there's multiple guns and chamberings for each diameter of bullet, because there's not that many diameters of bullets. They've kind of narrowed it down to a few that work really, really well, but how long the case is, how much powder is in each case, all those things are different. So you just need to learn, this is the kind of bullet that goes in my gun. And if you ever have a question, look at the barrel, especially if you have an semi-auto handgun. On the top, on the barrel, or on the slide, like Glocks have it on the slides, it'll tell you exactly what bullet needs to go into that gun.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Where do you look? The best place to look is on the weapon itself.
On the firearm. Yep,
Yeah.
100% on the firearm.
Okay.
So the other thing you'll see a lot of times is grains. So like on 9 millimeters, you see 115 grain, 124 grain, 147 grain. And that's what this gentleman was confused about. He thought that's what the kind of bullet was that had to go in his gun. Grain is just an antiquated way of weighting, of measuring the weight or the density of the actual projectile that comes out of your gun.
Okay.
So in the 9 millimeter, you can shoot a 115 grain bullet. That's going to be lighter, not smaller, in the sense that the length of it is the same size, or at least close to the same size. It's how dense and heavy that bullet is.
Well,
versus 124 versus 147. Different weights of bullets, all being shot out of the same gun, all called 9 millimeter.
Gotcha. So which one's good for paper?
Well, honestly, for paper, it doesn't matter. What you'll find, though, is that you shoot through those different things. You may find, this is a big question mark, but you may find that your gun responds better, cycles better, is more accurate with the 115 versus the 147. Or maybe you'll find the 124 works amazing in my gun, but on the 115, it's a little lighter, and so the gun doesn't cycle it near as reliably as the 124. Now, in most cases, your gun is not going to know the difference. You're not going to know the difference between 115, 124, 147. You're just not going to know the difference. It's not a big deal. Most guns today can handle any round as long as it's in that general, normal designation.
Okay.
So another thing you'll see on them is FMJ. That stands for Full Metal Jacket.
I knew that one.
So that's always your paper.
So full metal jacket's always for paper?
Always for paper.
Why is that?
That's what it's intended for. Because it is a lead bullet that has a copper casing that is designed to just fly straight, and what it does when it hits is not relevant.
Okay.
The full metal jacket, or you'll see total metal jacket, you'll see jacketed. There's all kinds of designations, but if the bullet looks copper looking and it's completely like there's a cone or a flat top, but it's completely covered in copper, that's a full metal jacket. That's a paper bullet. That's a range bullet. Those are mostly the most inexpensive bullets, generally speaking.
Okay. Good morning, Wade. Good morning, Skippy. Good morning, Parker, watching us on Facebook Live. Now, what about people? If I want to get a
yep.
Yeah.
So this is where you get into what's called jacketed hollow points or hollow points.
Okay.
So a hollow point bullet is still a lead bullet with a jacketed cover, but at the very top of it, there's a hole in the top. And the reason for that is when the bullet strikes soft tissue, it mushrooms or expands or flowers. These are all different ways to describe what the bullet looks like. And there's no way for me to accurately describe it on the radio. Just go look online and say jacketed hollow point expansion, and you'll see the difference between the bullet when it comes out of the gun and the bullet when it's gone through soft tissue.
Yeah.
So a hollow point, what that's designed to do, one, is to not go all the way through the target.
Gotcha.
We don't want the bullet to go through the intended target and hit something on the other side that was unintended. And that's what jacketed hollow points will do. They retain their shape, and think of just a laser or a very straight projectile punching right through, again, I don't mean to be crude, but right through a person and keeps going.
Right.
Where a hollow point expands.
It mushrooms
makes
out.
Mushrooms, makes a bigger wound channel, but also it slows it down, creates more friction as it's catching more tissue as it's bigger, because some of those jacketed hollow points will almost double their diameter.
Yeah.
So it's 9 millimeters going in, but it's 15 to 20 millimeters by the time it expands. That's a much bigger wound channel, a much bigger hole, much bigger force, and all that force stops within the target as opposed to just going right through the target.
Yeah, you can go on YouTube, folks, and look at. They've got ballistic gel tests where you can actually see what Dave's talking about. You know, and hey, for Tiffany and for Jason, we're not trying to be. A gun is the last. It's a deterrent. It's the last thing you have between something and something trying to cause you danger. So we're not trying to glorify or we're not trying to promote anything other than being able to protect ourselves and our family. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
this is just educational. This is just so you understand when you go to look at bullets what it is that you're actually buying.
Yeah, we're just trying to tell you what the difference is, and and we're trying to be informative. So thank you very much for the comments. But no, I didn't know that. I knew the full metal jacket and the hollow point, but there's some of the stuff I did not know. So when you're buying rounds for your defense, always make sure that you're looking for a hollow point or a jacketed round.
Yeah. So this is where you get a little bit into the weeds. Would a full metal jacket do what you need it to do in a close situation? 100%. If you had to shoot a person with a full metal jacket, it's going to do damage. It's just not going to do as much damage as a hollow point. Similar when you're shooting game, you want that bullet to mushroom, not just ice pick them all the way through, because it creates a bigger wound channel and it puts more force for a quicker end of life for the animal. That's exactly what you want on a bullet. And so choosing the right bullet for your rifle is a big deal to making sure you have an ethical
100%. 100%. You want to humanely harvest that or kill that animal as quick as you can.
And there's bullets that are designed to do that better than bullets that are designed just for shooting.
No, that makes sense. So hey, we got about 2 minutes left here. Did somebody told me that I know we told everybody you expanded the store, but you got some new gear in?
Yeah, we became a distributor for an outfitting company out of North Carolina, so we started carrying some shirts, some fishing shirts, some hats, some regular T-shirts. Again, just trying to see if this is something that our customers are interested in. If it is, then we're going to expand. We've also had a lot of people asking for Jlm shirts.
Yeah.
So we're in the process of developing some Jlm shirts that aren't staff shirts, like our staff guys all wear Jlm shirts. But we're going to get some T-shirts and some hoodies out there, hopefully, that say JLM, so people come in and go, oh, yeah, we'd love to have a JLM shirt. So we are expanding. Sometime in the next month, we are going to redo the floors in the shop. So, unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to close down for 2 days to make that happen. But we're super excited about, revamping some of the aesthetic parts of the store. So that's some changes. Just heads up to people that sometime in the next month, we're going to have to shut down for a Monday, Tuesday, so that we can get the floors redone.
What are you thinking? Hardwood, linoleum?
Well, hardwoods, definitely.
It's going to look like hardwood. It's not going to be hardwood.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, with the price of wood and everything right now, there's no way I do hardwoods, man.
Yeah, and there's enough water that gets brought in from when it's snowy outside, and there's enough stuff that I think the wood would struggle.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, I hear nothing but good things about the store since you guys have taken over. And I mean, Mike did a great job before, but I mean, you guys are definitely got your own identity now, and just everybody loves the expansion, the way you move product in, and Kenny's doing a great job with helping out. You still have full service gunsmith there. You got one of the best gunsmiths in Iowa, as far as I'm concerned. Walt does a great job.
Yeah, don't forget more about guns than you and I will ever know.
And he's such a nice guy. Yeah.
Yep, good old Walt.
Good morning, Diane. Good to see you. Richard, good morning. Parker, good morning. Thanks for watching us on Facebook Live. Appreciate that. So, yeah, no, I'm excited about that. And listen, if you, one of the things that I don't think we talk enough about, if you've got guns that you want to trade in, I get probably once or twice a month, somebody will say, one of our family members just passed away. They've got all this gun stuff. What do I do with it? Take it over to Dave at JLM and let Dave at least look at it, make you an offer, and tell you what you're looking at, because he's really fair and does a great job with that.
Yeah, we literally buy guns every single day. There isn't a day that goes by that we don't purchase a gun from somebody.
Yeah, and I've always gotten treated fair over there. I mean, I trade stuff in there a lot, so don't feel like you're out in the weeds. If you need help, that's what they're there for, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What are you gonna do this weekend, man?
We got some sports. I'm gonna go to the gun range. My son is getting ready to do his youth hunt next weekend, so I got him a nice 350 Legend, and we're gonna go shoot that. Get some time on the range. I'll take a couple handguns because he likes shooting the handguns as well. So I don't know. It's a beautiful weekend weather-wise. So definitely be spending some time outdoors. Probably have to mow the grass once.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to say that's coming to an end pretty quick. So
it's getting close. Yeah,
it's getting close. Hey, if someone wants information, you do a great job on your Facebook page. Tell them about that, please, real quick.
Yeah, so just search Jlm Shooter Supply on Facebook and like that page because we post all of our stuff there. So inventory. We answer questions. We're really good at responding to people on Facebook. So if you have a question about what's in inventory or, hey, can you get this for me or whatever, just private message us on Facebook. Otherwise, we're at 6931 Douglas Avenue in Urbandale. Phone number is 515-331-1577.
All right. Hey, Dave, great job, man. We'll see you next month, and thanks so much for helping us on the show. We appreciate you.
Yep, always enjoy talking with you.
Thanks, Dave. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
There he goes, Dave Bloom, JLM Shooter Supply. Hey, we were late for a break. Hi, Tom Mazza. Good to see you, Tommy. Let's see. You know what? Before we do that, let me do this send a salute brought to you by Darren Eilander of American Family Insurance in Ankeny. This week is from Sally, and she wants to salute her uncle. Is it James? It's James. She said her Uncle James was very instrumental in taking her fishing early in her life. He was always very kind and patient about teaching her how to tie Palomar knots. I'm so excited she knows what a Palomar knot is. That's awesome. And also about helping me clean my fish. Can I please send a salute out to James for making my life a lot better in the outdoors? Thank you so much for your program, Dan, and we appreciate you. That is such a great salute. James, that salute is for you, sir. Congratulations, and we'll get you hooked up with some good grub from Chick-fil-A, courtesy of Darren Eilander, American Family Insurance in Ankeny. If you want to send a salute to somebody, it doesn't have to be, just whatever. It could be somebody that's in the military, someone that's made a difference for you getting out there hunting, fishing, camping, enjoying the outdoors. Just go to my website. It's theoutdoorcallradio.com, and you'll see a icon or a meme there with a soldier saluting. Just click that little button there, smash that button that says send a salute, and my email will come up, and if I read it on the air, they're going to get lunch on you for just sending a salute. What a great deal, huh? So we'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
It's the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350
Good morning, everybody.
ESPN.
Hi, this is Dr. Don Gilbert from New Life
Joe?
Counseling Services
Yeah,
with offices in West Des Moines and Ankeny, Iowa. I know things can be tough in the world today. I see it every day. People dealing with relationship issues, parenting struggles, anxiety, depression, or folks just looking for a new direction or plan in their life. If you find yourself struggling and are looking for someone to help you find answers to a better relationship, a marriage, or just helping with everyday stress, please consider calling me at New Life. We offer a family-friendly, straightforward approach to helping you to get through the layers of stress that can be harmful to your health, relationships, and your work. The staff at New Life offer one-on-one sessions that get right to the heart of the matter. We work with you so you can discover better choices on how to handle the issues you might be dealing with in your life. When you're looking for someone to listen to you, we're here. Please consider calling us for a confidential appointment at New Life. 515-225-4003
Everybody doing good this morning?
Or 964-5003 in Ankeny. Also find us 24/7 at newlifecounseling.com. We are here to help you when you need
I miss Lee Greenwood.
For a great family treat or a special
God
gift
bless the
idea,
USA.
pop
I
on
miss
over
doing
to
the
the
show
Lotta
with that,
Pop
but I'm
store,
tired. Every
located
time
at
I do that,
647 South Ankeny
they mute it.
Boulevard in Ankeny. That's where you'll find over
And I
30
put on there,
fresh
we
flavors
have
of
the
most
right, we
delicious
pay for the
Iowa-grown
rights.
popcorn
I
in
don't
the
think they
central
read
Iowa
anything.
area. You'll love the
It's
fresh
all
pop flavors
robots.
like caramel,
Yeah.
caramel apple, kettle corn, jalapeno cheddar, cheddar cheese, birthday cake, or patriotic mix, just to name a few. You'll find something for everyone at Lotta Pop in Ankeny. Our
Lotta
local
Pop.
crew can help
I was
you
just
pick out
there
the
yesterday.
variety pack,
Great
tin
popcorn.
or gift package. Lotta Pop
We're
has
doing a
everything
remote
you need.
October 16th. If you come by and see me during the 2 hours, I'm going to give you a free bag of popcorn. How about that? That's a lot of pop.
Popcorn you'll find at
I
the
never
Iowa
knew
State
this,
Games,
but did you
locally
know
grown
that
and
like
popped
when
to
you
perfection.
mix the
Lotta Pop
caramel
can help with
corn
any
and the
special
cheese
occasion,
corn,
corporate
it's called
events, and
Chicago?
special
I
fundraisers
didn't know
for your
that.
school.
Really?
For more information, contact
Why is
Lotta
that?
Pop at 515-262-3243
I didn't
or
know.
go online at lottapop.com. Lotta Pop,
How's your music
great
going?
tasting popcorn from Iowa since
Is it?
1969.
Good.
If bow hunting or archery is your passion, get to Archery Field and Sports in Altoona and see what's new in your sport. Archery Field and Sports has been helping archers and bow hunters for generations. They have the experience to help you with your purchase and help you reach your goals. Archery Field and Sports carries archery gear from Matthews, Hoyt, Bowtech, and Bear, plus all the top extras and
Yeah.
accessories you'll
Well,
ever
that's
need.
good. That's exciting.
Staff are trained on
Good morning, Katie Calvin James in Las Vegas.
and our experts
How you doing there, Cater?
you to the bow you want. They also have a 40-yard indoor range that will help you with getting sighted in. Archery Field and Sports has leagues and personal.
I was thinking about your dad the other day.
trained for the upcoming seasons. That'll
I
help
miss
you
your
build
dad.
tags.
He's a good guy.
Field and Sports at East 56th Street in Altoona. Open Tuesday through Sunday with leagues.
You're up early. I guess you are.
Information, go to archeryfield.com or call 515-265-6500.
When you go big game hunting, do you go the extra step and try to stay
I remember when I was little, and Mom took me over to Katie's dad was my doctor when I was little.
Scent-free detergents, providing a layer of protection to avoid their noses.
Oh, there you go.
The next step is taking
And
a scent-free
I remember how he used to talk to me. Sit down, you little blankety blank. I hated needles. He would have to chase me around to give me a shot. Oh yeah, I miss your dad. They don't make doctors like that anymore. I miss that.
Lethal Products also provides protection for pests like ticks and mosquitoes.
I remember when I had a doctor that was there all the time. I'm getting grumpy. I'm a grumpy old man. I'm not even old yet.
Or Archery Field and Sports in Altoona. Lethal Products will help you be lethal in the field.
There's a really easy test.
If you're old or not? How's that?
Have you fallen asleep in your armchair yet? Just like dust.
Not yet.
Okay. So you got time.
There you go. There you go, Katie.
Hey guys, Jackie Bushman here with Buckmasters. When it comes to
Man, I
food
can't
plot
believe the
seed
show's
and deer
almost
feed,
over.
the Mississippi-based Backwoods
2 hours
Attractions
goes
product
quick.
line has you covered. From their food plot blends like Trophy Acre, Lazy Acre, Clover Deluxe, and the popular Dixie 6, to their attractants like Game Changer, Sweet Stuff, and Buck Robber. The best way to put it is, if you're not using Backwoods Attraction products, you better hope your neighbor isn't either.
So when you
Small
write
to
your
large
music,
acreage,
are you doing
Backwoods
a guitar,
Attraction has
piano?
the
What are you
feed
doing?
and seed perfect for your hunting property. So do yourself a favor and swing
like
by and support your local co-op or farm supply store and ask for Backwoods Attraction to set yourself up for a successful fall.
Really?
Yeah. Just, whoops.
We're back.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. It's time to go check in with our little speed racer buddy, Mr. Smokin' Joe Smelter, who once again, Raven and I went to see, and he was nowhere to be found. Smelter?
I was here, my light was on, I just was with customers, but you just couldn't be patient and wait for me.
Well, you know, I have Raven with me. We went through the car wash.
Yep.
You know, he likes going through the car wash. And it's one of his favorite things to do. And then I had to call Munson since you didn't answer the phone and say, where you at, Randy? He goes, I'm just now getting back. And I said, well, can you come over here? Because Smelter, he's never around anymore. He's like you.
Getting back from the beach is what he told you.
Huh?
He probably just said, I'm getting back from the beach.
I don't know where he was coming from. All I know is there was a barbecue truck in the parking lot, and he wasn't far behind it. So I don't know. All right. Did you get your Milo certificates?
Yep, I got them here. I already have 2 claimed. I'm just waiting for them to pick them up, and then.
Wait a minute. How do you have 2 claimed already?
Because we've announced it like 2 weeks ago, and I had 2 people call me about it.
Really?
Yeah.
I just gave those to you.
Yeah, but we talked about it the last 2 weeks.
Oh, I think they're jumping the gun a little bit there, Joe. I think you're hooking your buddies up, is what it is.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Nobody's here.
You don't have any friends? I've heard that.
Nope, no friends here.
So, what did I give you? 6 or 5? What did I give you? 5? Well, that's because Munson took one.
He could have.
Yeah, I know him. I know that guy.
He deserves it.
He does he? Does he? I mean, the man doesn't work and gets paid for 40 hours a week. Come on. Come on.
He works and probably does 80 hours a week, is my guess.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's actually taken. I got a call from the new play-by-play guy for the Iowa Wild the other day. He goes, "Hey, can we go hunting with you?" And I said, "Well, what do you want to hunt?" And they go, "Well, we want to go duck hunting." I said, "Well, I'm not a duck hunter. It's not that I don't I like ducks. I like ducks. I think everybody should have a duck. But it's just I don't have time because I'm either deer or elk hunting, and
but
it takes me.
Guy.
I can't do everything.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm not able to bow hunt anymore, I'll start upland hunting, and I'll probably get into waterfowling a little bit because I've got so many friends that do it. But anyway, I called Munson. I said, "Hey, I got a call from the Wild. I got a couple coaches and the play-by-play guy wants to go waterfowl hunting. Can you take him hunting?" He goes, "Absolutely." So Randy came through for me.
Cool.
Yeah, so he's going to be taking the Wild out in the wild.
Wild out in the wild.
How about that?
That'll be a wild time.
It will be a wild time.
Yeah.
They shoot, they score. Did you see what I did there? Boom! What a shot. See, there's so many things. I told the play-by-play guy, his name's Bill, I said, "Hey, you need to have Ben." I said, "Ben, you need to have me come and help you call a hockey game." He goes, "Because I mean, we could really outdoors it up." He goes, "Well, we might have to have you in on a broadcast or two." I said, "I'm here for you, man."
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I know what a blue line is. I know what face-off dots are. I'm a hockey nut. I grew up in St. Louis. I watched the Blues all my life. I mean, come on, I can talk power play. I can talk about all that stuff.
But in real life, you can't hunt ducks.
I just don't duck hunt.
Yeah. It's okay. Like you said, you can't do everything. You're always busy doing stuff.
No, you did great.
You got a big elk to shoot. Hopefully you get a big moose here next year if you go on that trip, all that. And you're building big vaults now, so, you know, your meat doesn't disappear. I mean, you got a lot of things going on.
Yeah, well, I'm in a tree, man. That's just all there is to it. Yeah. So speaking of trees, what do you got leaving around the lot?
I actually have stuff coming in that's
available. Did you see what I did there?
I mean,
did you
like
see what I did?
Words out of my mouth. Oh.
Did you see what I did?
I did.
Speaking of trees, what are you leaving around the lot?
Leaving? Yep. Well, I have a lot left on the lot. That's not what it is. It. I have trucks coming in that are available. That's like the first time in a long time. I have 6 or 7 trucks. I still have one HD. It's an LPZ diesel 3/4 ton. I have quite a few half tons, and I even have a couple trail boxes in there. Wink, wink. Available. And one of them even has the 6.2 in it. Wow, that just sounds like Christmas for you, doesn't it?
You know, I'm going to tell you something. Dave Jones, my taxidermist, messaged me this week with a picture of a trail boss saying, "I wanted to be like my hero, Outdoors Dan." He bought a trail boss from you guys.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, but he got a sunroof or moonroof and some other stuff. I didn't get that.
Damn. Well, you said you never wanted to trade, so there's your opportunity to trade so you can get a sunroof.
No, I promised my bride that I was keeping that truck for 3 years, and at least 3 or 4 years. And I'll be honest with you, Joe, I'm getting so old. You know, I don't know if I want a big truck payment after this. I love my truck, man. I got 20,000 miles on that truck already.
Haven't you had it for 3 or 4 years already?
No, I've had it a year. No, I haven't even had it a year. It'll be a year in January.
Yep. See, I got a satin steel one with.
No, Joe. No, you tell everybody what you have to offer them. You leave me alone.
I finally have a few trucks available that might meet some people's needs. It's just good to have a few trucks that are available coming in here soon. So the plants are still slow in most areas, but you know we have some trucks coming in that will be able to show off and give the customers opportunity to look at and go from there. So it's getting a little bit better on that end, but we still have a long ways to go. But we're getting through it.
And if you go order a truck from Joe, he can actually upgrade you to that new tailgate option that folds down like 25,000 different ways.
6 ways. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I was just
a multi-flex tailgate, and it's a really, really cool tailgate. This is the first year we've had it. The 21-year models is the first year that the Silverados had it. The Sierras had it before us.
Yeah.
But we actually were able to get it on our 21-year models, and then it'll continue on to the 22s. So
yeah, and if you get it with a Trail Boss, it has an archery press and a gun rack, and I mean, it's got everything.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So,
the guy that doesn't have one.
Huh?
I said from the guy that doesn't have a tailgate like this.
I don't. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I am. I would love to have where I can make my own little lunch table out in the outdoors, and
there you go.
I could have my own workstation. You can make a workstation out of it. I got a portable bow press. It would fit right there.
It would. It's
you think I'm
wide right there. You can do a lot.
Yeah, you think I'm being silly. I'm actually telling it like it is. I could take that portable bow press and put it right on that tailgate. It'd be perfect.
There you go.
Yeah. Where can they find you, Mr. Smeltzer?
1101 Southeast, Oral Labor at the Rock, and I'll be here till 6 today.
And you got 3 Milo deer certificates to give away.
Yep, I got 3 sitting here.
Yeah, is that all I gave you? I didn't give you anything else?
Nope.
I got
some. You left me out. Leave me hanging dry.
Yeah, I got some other stuff I'll give you to help out with customers.
Sounds good, buddy.
All right, thank you for everything.
Have a great weekend.
I will, and you do the same. And when you going hunting?
I'm going to try and get out in the next couple weeks. I've just been so busy with the wife and kids and stuff like that. It's been tough for me to get out in the field, and the crops are harvested where I hunt at. So that's good that I get in there easy because it's a hike back there. So.
Well, good. Well, there you go. Well, good luck. I'll talk to you next week.
See you soon.
Thanks, Joe. There he goes, Smoking Joe Smeltzer. He's on it. Are we short? We break? Or are we good?
You got 5 minutes.
5 minutes left in the show.
Mm-hmm.
But we got all the breaks in, right?
We got one more.
Okay, but we did the big ones.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just checking. See, I've been talking to so many people today, I lost track. So I got 5 minutes. I've got, I haven't heard from Dr. Obi-Wan Kenobi Yagi yet. But I got to brag on Herman's Fine Jewelers real quick. I got my elk ring back this week. And if you go on my Facebook page, you'll see some pictures of it. That is the most amazing custom-made ring I've ever had in my life. Actually, it's probably one of the only few rings I've ever gotten made. But it's got my elk ivory from my elk that I got last year. And Donnie did such a great job. It's beautiful. I keep telling you, if you want something custom done, to go to Herman's. I did. I've already showed you my cross. Everybody on Facebook Live can see that. I got my elk pendant right there with the ivory, and it's got a cross on it. Donnie made me that. Now with that ring, I mean, I am set up for when I go styling and profiling and doing seminars or whatever. I'll be sporting my elk jewelry. Hey, if you want something custom made to make a treasure, go to 2900 University in West Des Moines. Give them a holler at 222-2600. They've been helping people like me for 39 years. They'll help you too. They've got over 10,000 diamonds, mountings in stock. If you got stuff that you just don't use anymore, go to Herman's before you go anywhere else and let yourself get more money for your treasure than you will by somebody that just hasn't been part of the community for a long time. Herman's Fine Jewelers, I promise you, they'll take good care of you. And hey, They are outstanding. That elk ring, that'll be something I'm going to treasure the rest of my life. So, if you want to call in, I got some lethal bug and tick spray to give away today. I'm still waiting to hear from Dr. Obi-Wan Kenobi Yagi. Hi, Pam. How you doing, kiddo? Good to see you. We're going to have a $100 gift card to Sportsman's Warehouse, so I was kind of holding out for that, and I just haven't heard back from him. He must be busy doing crowns or something. That man is in somebody's teeth every day. I mean, hate to say it, but that's what the guy does. He's a great dentist. He's always taking care of it. He's either doing cavities, crowns. He's doing. Help me out here. What do you think? You got a cavity problem? You need a root canal?
Veneers?
You need
Veneers?
Veneers. What's that?
It's like fake teeth.
Veneers? I don't know. I guess he does it. He does cosmetic dentistry. I'm sure he does.
Oh yeah.
Do they do dentures anymore? I don't even know.
Veneers are like dentures, but a little fancy.
I'm sure he does veneers. He's a one-stop dental shop. He's got it made, man. Go check him out, Advanced Family Dentistry. If you want to call in for trivia, we got 2 minutes left. Otherwise, I was kind of holding out for next week because I want somebody to win that gift card. But I got to make sure he's got it before I give it away. I just got to do that. And then, hey, I got some really cool big stuff. How about an ozonics? Huh? We're gonna. I'm supposed to have an ozonics unit to come. That's like $400. So we're gonna be giving that away here in the next few weeks. So I can't give it away till it gets here. Everything's on back order. I mean, it's just not Joe and his trucks. It's everything. I mean, it's crazy. Never seen anything like it. Yeah, Advanced Family Dentistry, 964-1490, 964-1490, or anytime at AnkenySmiles.com. Go check out Advanced Family Dentistry. That's where I go. They'll take good care of you. Tom says, be true to your teeth and they will never be false to you. There you go, Tom. That's a great saying.
That's good.
Man, the show went quick today.
Yeah.
It did. Thanks for coming in and bailing me out.
Oh.
Kira saved the day, everybody, because Andrew called me at like 4 a.m. Everybody's sick. I go, well, we got to do the show. We got Big D from the Milo Locker, and we got Dave from JLM Shooter Supply. I got to do the show. And he goes, I'll call Kira, and Kira came in.
No, all my best to Andrew. I can't imagine like having a family and everybody's sick, but you're the only one that's like not sick.
Oh, I guarantee he'll have it before the day's over.
Oh,
yeah, little ones, man, they're germ factories. I remember when my kids always got me sick. It's crazy. It's crazy. So anyway,
we're thinking of you, Andrew. If you're listening,
we're thinking of you, Andrew. Boy, am I thinking of you, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew's a good kid. All right, well, let's see. What do we got coming up? I got Josh from Pure Whitetail scheduled to come and do the show. We just had Jason Mitchell on, professional fisherman. Shaw Grigsby's going to be coming up in a couple weeks. I got to talk to Shaw again to make sure he's still good. We got the fine folks from Worksharp. They got some new stuff coming out from Worksharp I'm excited to tell you about. That's coming up in a couple weeks. I'm trying to think. We got the guys from Vortex. For all my gun friends, we got some new sights or new scopes coming out. I want to tell you about. We got a lot to do here in the next couple weeks. So make sure you tune in to the Outdoor Call, and we might even be talking a little waterfowl, Tim Henning. That might be coming up soon. I'm waiting to hear back on that. That is going to wrap it up for me. Be good to one another. We're all in it together until we meet again. God bless everybody. Goodbye!
Everyone that goes outdoors.
All right, everybody. Thank you for being part of the show today. We appreciate you. God willing, we'll see you next week. If you need me, hit me up here on Facebook. Until then, be good. Have fun in the outdoors. See you later.
Or hiking. For hunting, you can't go wrong.